Hi and welcome to the Waukee Pro Video Analysis. Hi and welcome to the Waukee Pro Video Analysis program. First, I'd like to thank you for purchasing the analysis. We hope this will benefit you and assist you in becoming a better hitter. Today we look at Grant Zieser compared to Alex Rodriguez. Feel free to take some notes as we go step by step breaking down the swings to become better hitters. To begin with, the first thing we need to look at is your stance. You want a stance that is going to make you feel comfortable at the plate. If you look at A-Rod, he has his head in between his knees and his knees inside his feet, keeping him balanced and maintaining a good center of gravity. Grant, you do a good job of this as well. Moving on, in hitting, one must go back before he goes forward, creating some sort of negative movement to store energy that you will use to launch your swing. It's important not to lose your center of gravity. Also, don't change your eye level, as this will only make the ball that much harder to hit. Watch A-Rod as he never loses his center of gravity and keeps his eyes on the same plane of the ball throughout the entire swing. Your next step is your first positive movement, or toe touch. It's important to stride and land on the inside ball of your front foot. This will keep your weight back and give you something to hit against. If you let your weight go with your stride, you will lose all the power you built up in your negative movement. Your hands should be separated or triggered away from your back hip and kept over your back foot. It's important to never bar out your front arm, as this will create a long swing instead of a short and compact swing that you will need. Finally, take a look at A-Rod's head as it stays still and centered on his body throughout his entire swing. This next step is called heel plant. This is when your stored energy finally gets released. Beginning with your back hip and knee pivoting towards your front knee, your elbow begins to drive itself into the slot, or your abdomen. Your front leg is not locked out, yet should be slightly bent for balance and stability for you to hit against. Again, notice A-Rod's head still centered and eyes focused on picking up the flight of the baseball. It's at this position where we can see how A-Rod creates a compact, powerful swing. His hands are working with his back elbow, initiating the swing. Compare your hands. They are still above your shoulder, as A-Rod's are slightly below. The next part of your swing is simple, yet crucial for your success as a hitter. Connection is the ability for you to tuck that back elbow into your body, allowing for your hands to stay inside the baseball, as well as keeping your swing short and compact. A-Rod shows that he has added or connected the speed of his upper body, indicated by his hands and elbow passing his back hip. This will also enable his bat to get on plane with the pitch. Looking at you, your hands and elbow have not yet passed your back hip, slowing down your swing. Once you have your elbow and hands where they need to be, it's time to get the barrel of the bat on plane with the baseball. Professional hitters like to call this bat lag, or hitting in a big zone. A lot of hitters struggle the most with timing. This is why it's so important to expand the amount of time that your barrel is in the hitting zone. If you look at A-Rod, the top of his bat is pointed towards the catcher's glove. At this point on the film, he is already on plane with the baseball and will stay on this plane throughout the entire hitting zone. At bat lag, we could see another example of how A-Rod's hands and bat are working extremely hard to create a good bat path and transfer energy from his body into his bat. You can see that A-Rod's hands have passed his center of gravity, while yours have not yet. Everyone's favorite part of the swing is the contact point. All stored energy and weight is being released into the ball. Notice A-Rod's hands are palm up, palm down. Back leg and knee still driving towards his front leg and knee. Elbow is completely in the slot. And finally, his head and eyes locked onto the ball. Your contact point will vary depending on where the pitch is located, whether it be inside, middle, or even outside. Everything you do here looks good. After contact, it's important not to just roll your top hand over and finish, but to extend your arms and attempt to hit through 5 or even 6 baseballs. Notice A-Rod's arms are fully extended with his bat head pointed out towards the pitcher. Head and eyes still centered and hasn't rolled his top hand over yet either. You also do a very nice job of getting your arms extended and driving the ball towards the center of the field. The last part of your swing is your finish. Your top hand can roll and carry the bat head out of the hitting zone. A-Rod's head and eyes, even after contact, are still centered in the middle of his body. He maintains his balance, for when he hits the ball, it's now time for him to run to first base. Here's what your finish looks like. Remember that hitting is a process. Nothing will just click. You have to work very hard in perfecting your swing. And there is not just one right way to do things. One thing you will notice in baseball is that you will never stop learning. We hope that this has been of some sort of assistance to you. Thank you again for your time and effort in our camp. We wish you the best of luck with your career, and remember, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going.